This is the story time on how I met my husband. Just to add here, when the way we actually met is a very very funny story. Being I was working in Abuja in a store where they sold phones, accessories, all of that, and so I was the salesperson there at the time, and I was just basically living my life waiting to when I can get admission and then get into the university. I spent like 3 or 4 months there when I was working there. One very good day like that, he walked in to buy a phone. I guess it was his niece or so, and he bought a phone. And afterwards, he was like, okay, can you have my... No, he didn't ask for my number. I asked for his number because he was finding it difficult to update like the software on the phone. So I collected his number and WhatsApp, sent him a message on WhatsApp on what to do and how to set up the phone, all of that. And he did. Then after that time, I messaged him. I don't want to make the story too long because I'm going to make this a separate video on its own. So after that time, I messaged him, this is how to do the phone, blah blah blah, etc. This is what you're going to use to install the software. And he was like, thank you. So I didn't even know because he was older. I was 19, and so he was feeling like he didn't actually show that he liked me. So he was just putting up a front, all of that. So it was when we got married that he now told me that even the first day was like, look at this girl, look at her hair, she looks like an African too, she's very fine. So that then after that time, he had just come back from like abroad, so he was based abroad. He just came back. He was basically lodged in a hotel, so he would pass the shop every time, pass, and I would see him. Sometimes I would wave, etc. So after some time, I think he traveled back abroad, and for like 8 months, I lost his contact. We're no more in contact. Then one fateful day, he just popped in again to the store, and he was like, hey, how are you doing? etc. He bought phones. He came again with another girl, and bought a lot of phones. And that one now, she was not trying to, because she had seen the chemistry between us, so the girl was not trying to, form madam. But then he told me that was just his friend, but he didn't know that like the babe had feelings for him. So he got the phone. So one day I was not prompted to ask because he was coming every day to buy phone, and I didn't know that this man was coming every day to buy phone because he liked me and he couldn't tell me. So now I had to ask him that, hello, are you selling phones? Why do you have to come every single day to buy phones? So he now told me that he just came back from abroad, and when people just return, everybody's asking for phone, so that's why he's actually buying a lot of phones. And I said, okay, that's cool. So after we lost contact, we got connected again when he came back. Then one fateful day like that, he just asked me that, can we go out? And so I was like, okay, but can I bring a friend? Because like that was the first time I'm going out with somebody that I do not know. So he was like, yeah, through his company, something like that, something in that line. So there's this my friend Charcoal, Patience. I was like, okay, I'm going to go with her. But I think she told me she was busy that week or so. So I now asked my senior sister. My mom was like, let my senior sister follow me. My senior sister was like, no, she can't go. She doesn't do WD, etc. She don't want to do the third wheel. So my mom just said, okay, I should go. But at 6, I should be back home. So I actually went. I waited, he delayed, I was standing, calling. He didn't pick up. Like, what kind of guy is this? So that's how we had our first date. After the first date, he bought me. In fact, things that nobody has ever bought for me in this life. He spent the kind of money nobody had ever spent on me in this life before. Not even my parents. Like in one day at a go, I was like, whoa. This one is a spoiler. So I was swept off, I won't lie, by those things. He got me my first Skechers on the first date, and got takeaway foods, and that was my first time going to a Chinese restaurant too. We went to a Chinese restaurant, we had dinner, and while we were even eating there, I saw Terry G, this musician. So at some point, in fact, there's going to be another story time, but let me just put it in here. Something happened on the first date during the dinner in the Chinese restaurant when we were having the dinner. So when they brought the bill, I saw 14,000 naira. I was like, as at then, that was 2016. I was like, Jesus, 14,000 for just this small food. So he was like, they should hold on, and he's coming back. So he picked up his key and his wallet and everything he had and left. I was now scared, and I said, okay, please, can you drop your car key? Because even my salary as at then was 50,000 naira, and I have to work 30 days before I can get that. So he laughed. He said he's coming back. So he took the key, went to the car, brought his card, went to the ATM, withdrew, and then came back. When I just saw him coming back, my heart was like, I just calmed down, like, okay, this person is actually genuine. And so ever since then, we dated for a period of 5 years. We got married like 2 years ago. Our relationship was smooth. My mom liked him from day one. My dad got to meet him later on. And that was like my first intimate relationship. So I actually kept myself for marriage. That's like an added spicy talk. But yeah, like on the opposite sides of the world. And when it was the right time, that's how our destiny just met together. So because when he came all the way across the world, I asked him, why did you come back? Is it to settle down? And he was like, no, he actually just, we don't know, he just felt like he needed to come back to Nigeria at that time. I was like, this is destiny. And then there are so many other things that happened, like unbelievable stories that you could tell someone and they won't believe that this thing happened. Yeah, something like that happened to us. So we actually received, it's a very funny story, we actually received a text message from God. So how I know that this was real, I got that text like twice already. I got it the first time, no number, nothing, just I am. Who is I am? I am is God. And it was like a warning. So that I got that message, I was scared. I asked my pastor. My pastor was like, this is a message from God. That God uses different ways to speak to his children. And those that he considered that has like gifts that he would like to use. So that was the first time I saw that. I was very terrified. I woke up crying and I prayed. Then like towards like the end of our relationship, towards marriage time, before he proposed one day, as I was going back home, I received the text message again from the same I am that I had gotten like 2 years before. So I received that message, and right now I can't even remember what the message was saying, but it was a very encrypted message that you need someone with wisdom to explain. It was talking about 9/4. You know how King James would talk about years and days, but like they will use numbers of the olden days. So that was the message I got, and I got it around 11:59, 12. That was the same time he got the message. So many things that happened. That's just one of it that made me know that you guys were just meant to be, like the connection every. So yeah, that's everything. So I just want to do this video to say that not everybody kept themselves for marriage. That does not make you less of a person or less of a virtuous woman. You are virtuous, you are good, you are you, and everything will work fine for you, whether you're not married now or soon to be married. I'm very lucky and happy that I was placed in that store at the time I was placed there, and if I wasn't working there, probably wouldn't have met. So I'm very happy that we crossed each other's paths, and I met him. I met the man of my dreams. I'm in a happy marriage. I'm living a happy life. I'm comfortable. I'm blessed. This is where I pray to be. So don't look at your situation or where you are. I mean, I was a sales girl. My salary was 15,000 naira. So don't look at where you are like, oh, can anything good come out of this? Can I meet somebody from here? Do not do that. Just believe and make good use of where you are being positioned right now. So that's basically the story of how I met my hubby. I'll wrap up this video here. So if you have any questions, any other story time you want to hear, you can drop it in the comments. Like, subscribe, follow. I love seeing your comments, guys, so please do also subscribe, like, and comment on this video. See you guys next time on the next video / next story time. I don't know, it's just like, so yeah, let me go back to my birthday shoot. Bye guys.